हेलो एवरीवन। आज हमें कंसंट्रेशन के बारे में सीखेंगे। दिस वीडियो लेक्चर विल एक्सप्रेस द concept of the concentrations. Now first of all, let me give you some brief about this concentration. Now normally we have a solution. So solution, if I say कि solution of A या solution of sodium chloride, a solution of any particular or solution of sugar, a solution of glucose, etc. Now simply saying is a solution of glucose or a solution of sodium chloride does not have any significance until and unless we signify the contents or the quantity of the solute present in the given solution. So normally solution is binary, that means we have two components. The one which is present in larger quantity is known as solvent, and the one which is present in the smaller quantity is known as solute. So the combination of solute and the solvent gives you this solution. Now if I say solution of sodium chloride in water, that means I am dissolving this sodium chloride in water. So now the question is simply saying कि how much is sodium chloride solution in water does not have give any meaning or any importance or any significance to us until and unless we define कि how much of this sodium chloride is being dissolved in water, how many volumes or how many parts of this water. So that particular quantity in which the solutes, how much of the solute is present in a given solution, that is what we call as concentration. So while describing solution, we have to state the quantities of the components present. Normally this is expressed in terms of the quantity of the solute. So this is the meaning of the concentration. There are many ways to express this concentration. So let's take up by one and let me explain you all the terms that we use for expressing the concentration of the solution. So the heading for today's discussion is concentration. Concentration of solution. So we'll take a one by one different methods for expressing the concentration of solution. So first, that is percentage by mass. Percentage by mass means mass of solute. We have to define the quantity of solid in terms of mass. Now first of all, look at this. In any where or any problem or any time when we use the term percentage, this percentage, the word percentage means the total component, total components will always be considered to be 100. Now since we are having percentage by mass, total mass of the components will be considered to be 100 grams. So in this 100 gram, how much of this solid is present and how much of the solvent is present, that is what we call as percentage by mass. So now look at this. Suppose we have, first let me define the percentage. So the percentage of solute, so we are defining this in terms of percentage by mass. So percentage of solute is defined as mass of solute present in the solution divided by total mass of solution multiplied by 100. So mass of solute divided by total mass of solution multiplied by 100. This gives you the mass percentage of solute. if this is a mass percentage of solid, we can also define the mass percentage of solvent. So mass percentage of solvent will be defined as mass of solvent divided by total mass of solution multiplied by 100. So now we have taken this mass of solute divided by total mass, mass of solvent divided by total mass into 100. So this gives you the percentage by mass of solute and the solvent present in the mixture. Now if you look at this in problems involving percentage, so now look at this, we have a percentage of solute, percentage of solvent. So therefore this thing we have to keep in mind, percentage of solute plus percentage of solvent will always be equals to 100. So that's what mean by the percentage. So total components will always be 100. So percentage of solute and the percentage of solvent in a given mixture will always be 100. Now if you look at this definition of percentage, numerator is mass, denominator is mass, so we are having a ratio of mass, so this percentage will not have any dimension, no dimension. No unit, because we are having a ratio of two masses. Third point that we have to keep in mind while doing this percentage, this now look at this, mass of a given substance does not vary with temperature. If I heating the solution, this substance A or B, then during this heating or cooling, the mass of the substance will not undergo change. So if mass of the substance does not undergo change, then means this percentage is independent of temperature, meaning thereby on heating or cooling, since the mass does not change, so the percentage of the components present in the solution will not change with time. So this is the point that we have to keep in mind while discussing this percentage. Now let me give you some example how to define the percentage. So take this example. Now we have a mixture of A and B. So we have a mixture of A and B. Now the mass of A is 10 gram and mass of B is suppose 40 gram. Means we are mixing 10 gram of A with 40 gram of B. Now the question is, we have to find the percentage of A and the percentage of B. Now look at this, we have mass of A 10 gram, mass of B 40 gram. Then total mass. So total mass of solution is mass of A plus mass of B. So which comes out to be 10 plus 40, that is 50 gram. So the total mass of solution is 10 plus 40, that is 50 gram. Now according to definition of the percentage by mass, so percentage of the, now look at the one which is present in smaller quantity is solute, the one which is present in larger quantity is solvent. So now percentage of A, mass of A divided by total mass multiplied by 100. So mass of A in the sample is 10, total mass is 50 multiplied by 100. So this comes out to be 20%. So percentage of A in the mixture is 20%. Similarly, look at this, percentage of B will be equals to mass of B divided by total mass into 100. So mass of B in the mixture is 40, 40 divided by total mass 50 into 100. So this comes out to be 80%. So this is mass of B. Now look at this, percentage of B can also be defined as once we define this percentage of A, we can calculate percentage of B this way. So I have given you summation of percentage of solute and solvent is equals to 100. So therefore, percentage of B into solution is 100 minus percentage of A. So this comes out to be 100 minus 20. So that is 80%. So this is how we define the percentage by mass. So mass of the given component divided by total mass of solution, that is what they call as percentage by mass. So normally in mixtures we also use this percentage composition. Then next method for expression of the concentration is percentage by volume. So next is percentage by volume. So we have percentage by volume. Now this percentage by volume is, look at this. So total volume of the components is 100 ml. So if I use percentage by volume, then total volume of the solution should be 100 ml. So in this 100 ml of solution, what is the contribution of solute and the contribution of solvent? So now therefore the percentage of solid is volume of solute. So this volume must be measured in terms of ml divided by total volume of solution multiplied by 100, then the percentage of solvent by volume, that is volume of solvent, again this is in terms of ml divided by total volume of solution into 100. So again percentage by volume of solute plus solvent is always equals to 100. Again this is a ratio of two volumes, so this does not have any unit. But now look at this volume. Volume is a temperature dependent quantity, because on heating, for most of the substance on heating there is an expansion of volume, volume बढ़ जाता है, or on cooling there is a contraction in volume. So now look at this, on heating there is an expansion, on cooling there is contraction. So due to this heating or cooling, volume undergoes expansion or contraction, that is volume do changes. So since the volume changes with temperature, so this percentage by volume is a dependent quantity, means temperature dependent quantity. So if the temperature of the measurement is changed, then the percentage by volume also changes. So this is almost similar to that of percentage by mass, but instead of mass we are taking यहाँ पे volume है. So this is percentage by volume. Let me give you an example here. Now suppose we have a mixture of A and B. Now this A is taken as 1 gram, mass of A is given as 1 gram, mass of B is given as 1 gram. Now density of A is given as 0.75 gram per ml. Density of B is given as 1 gram per ml. Now 1 gram of A having density 0.75 gram per ml is mixed with 1 gram of B whose density is 1 gram per ml. Now we have to find the volume percentage of A, volume percentage of A and volume percentage of B in the mixture. Now look at this. In this problem, mass and density of the components A and B. Now we have to express in terms of volume percentage. So for this now we have to use the definition of density. So density of any given substance is divided as mass divided by volume. So therefore volume is equals to mass divided by density. So we get this volume. So therefore volume of A in the mixture is mass of A divided by density. So mass is 1, density is 0.75. 5. So this comes out to be ml, or this is 100 divided by 75 ml. So this is 4 by 3. So this comes out to be 1.33 ml. Now similarly, volume of B will be equal to mass divided by density. Density is 1 gram. So this comes out to be ml. So this is 1 ml. Now volume of A, volume of B. So therefore total volume is volume of A plus volume of B. So this comes out to be 1.33 plus 1 ml. So this is 2.33 ml. Now we have volume of the components, we have total volume. So now we can define volume percentage by volume of A is volume of A divided by total volume. So volume of A is 1.33 divided by total volume is 2.33 multiplied by 100. So this is volume percent. So this comes out to be 13300 divided by 233. Volume percent of B is volume of B divided by total volume. Volume of B is 1, total volume is 2.33 into 100. So this is 100 into 100 divided by 233. We can also find volume percentage of B is equals to 100 minus volume percentage of A. So this is another way by which we can express the concentration. So this is percentage by volume. Now we can also express this concentration in terms of another mass by volume percent. So next is mass by volume percent. Number 3, mass by volume percent. Mass by volume normally is written as W by V. That means we have to express the mass. Normally this is used for solids. So how much of solid is given in the total volume of solution. So by definition this is defined as mass of solute divided by total volume of solution of solution multiplied by 100. So mass of solute divided by total volume of solution. So now if you look at this mass by volume percent, we have a ratio of mass divided by volume. So we have unit of mass and unit of volume. So this must be a unit, the one having unit. As we have discussed earlier, mass of any substance is not temperature dependent, but volume is a temperature dependent. So this means volume being temperature dependent, this quantity is temperature dependent. Why this is temperature dependent? Because we have a volume of solution and volume is temperature dependent. So this volume being temperature dependent is marked by volume fraction of percentage is a temperature dependent quantity. So let me explain this by use of an example here. So now look at this. Suppose we have 20 gram of A is dissolved in 500 ml of solution. 20 gram of A is dissolved in 500 ml of solution. Then what is the mass by volume percent of A? So now look at this. Mass by volume percentage of A will be equals to mass of A divided by total volume multiplied by 100. So now look at this, mass of A present in the solution is 20 gram. Total volume of solution is 500 into 100. So this comes out to be, so mass by volume percent is 4. So this is mass by volume percent. So this is another way of expressing the concentration of solution. Now the next that we use is parts per million. Parts per million, simply written as ppm. So these parts per million is used for defining those quantities which is extremely small. So if the quantity is present is extremely small, then we normally use this parts per million or parts per billion we use for that. That means the total sample contains 1 million. So out of this 1 million components, what is the contribution of a single particular component? Total number of components present in the solution in the system is 1 million. So out of this 1 million, what is the contribution of one component? That is defined as parts per million. So these parts per million, so this ppm is defined as mass of a component divided by total mass of components. So mass of any component divided by total mass of components into 10 to the power 6. So 10 to the power 6 stands for 1 million. So the total number of components present in 1 million of the sample, that is known as parts per million. So again, now look at this. We have a ratio of mass by mass. So mass of a component divided by total mass into 10 to the power 6. So now look at this is a mass fraction. So this can also be written as mass percentage into 10 to the power 4, because fraction into 100 is percentage. So out of these 6, 100 goes with this fraction into 100 into 10 to the power 4. So this comes out to be mass is equals to mass percentage into 10 to the power 4. So simply we can look at this, mass of a component divided by total mass into 10 to the power 6, or mass percentage of the component into 10 to the power 4. So we have a ratio of mass. So this mass is a temperature independent. So this is again temperature independent. So this ppm does not change with temperature, because both numerator and denominator being mass is independent of temperature. So ppm is also independent of temperature. Similarly, look at this. We also use, if the quantities is much smaller, then we can also use this ppb, parts per billion. How much of a component is present in 1 billion of the system? So by definition, this PB is defined as mass of a component divided by total mass of the components multiplied by 10 to the power 9. So this is parts per billion. Billion is 10 to the power 9. So this can be written as mass percentage into 10 to the power 7. So these parts per million or parts per billion is always defined for extremely small quantities. Normally, now look at this, air pollutants. Air pollutants are normally expressed in terms of ppm. So this means the pollutants present in the air is extremely small, which can be defined by this parts per million. Now let me explain this by giving an example. Now we have looked at this a solution is 1 milligram of calcium chloride is present in 1 ml of water. That means 1 milligram of calcium chloride is present in 1 ml of hard water. Okay, we have supposed hard water. Now question says express this in ppm of calcium carbonate. Now 1 milligram of calcium chloride is present in 1 ml of hard water. We have to express this in parts per million of calcium carbonate. Now let's see how to proceed. So we have now look at this. Calcium chloride is to be converted into calcium carbonate. So that means the number of moles of calcium chloride should be equal to number of moles of calcium carbonate. Now if you look at this, we have 1 milligram of calcium chloride. So this is, so now look at this. Calcium chloride, we have this calcium chloride. Mass is 1 milligram, that is 1 into 10 to the power minus 3 gram. Now we have molar mass of this calcium chloride, so that is 111 gram. So we can define the number of moles of calcium chloride, that is mass divided by molar mass, that is 10 power minus 3 divided by 111. This is the number of moles of calcium chloride. Now look at this. 1 mole of calcium chloride is equivalent to 1 mole of calcium carbonate. So therefore, number of moles of calcium carbonate will be equals to number of moles of calcium chloride, which is equals to 10 power minus 3 divided by 111. So there, that is mass of calcium carbonate is equals to number of moles of calcium carbonate into molecular mass. So this is 10 to the power minus 3 into molecular mass of calcium carbonate is 100 divided by 111. So now look at this. This is the mass of calcium carbonate. So we have this mass calcium carbonate. Now this mass is present in 1 ml. So 1 ml. So therefore look at this. 10 to the power minus 3 liter contains how much of this? 10 power minus 1 divided by 111 gram of calcium carbonate. So 10 to the power 6 liter. We have to define in terms of 10 power 6 liter. For this ppm, we will have 10 power minus 1 into 10 to the power 6 divided by 10 to the power minus 3 into 111. So this comes out to be minus 3 plus 3, 9, 9 minus 1, 8, 10 to the power 8 divided by 111. So this is parts per million. So this is how we define parts per million. And much smaller one is parts per billion. So this is for those whose concentration is extremely small.